Well, hello, whoever. Sage here with a special session of Baldur's Gate 3, and why do I say that? Well, because it's been 1 year since my mom died, and this game was kind of attributed to her.
Another step forward.
Last year when I was playing, in the middle of it, she died. On a Friday night, 7:15 p.m. this day. Anyway, and why do I do that? Why do I say this? Well, it was her that allowed me to play the game, being that as religious as she was. I mean, she was a devout Christian. And, well, it kept me and my friends out of trouble. What else can I say? Enlightened our imagination, if you will. It was just the right call. Man, it was such a great time to be playing this back in the 70s and 80s and whatnot. So, there's that. But where can I go to get out of here? That was heap size strand. Not sure what I want to do. It's here, and it is what it is right now. Up here, kind of go reminisce through the game a little bit, if you will, for memory's sake, I guess.
I mean, can't believe everything you read, but did even half it?
Wow. I don't know why I can't. I played a lot of the, oh my gosh, first, second edition, loved third edition, probably my favorite. Fifth edition I played, or DM'd, I was a DM since 77. Played Pathfinder 1.0. Not sure about 2. Everybody's got good weapons. Legendary. 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 Legendary.
What do they want?
Of all the treats your tummy can handle.
I'm never allowed sweet things right before bed.
This one time.
Yeah, I wonder, can I go this way? I guess you might ask, do I have a favorite class? Not really. But I love the Baldur's Gate series 1, 2, and 3 by far. And lo and behold, some of my favorite modules are first edition. Night Below second edition. But first, the A series. Pharaoh from I-4. Las Cabras Chichonkith. White Blue Mountain. Easily. Against the Giants is a good one too. Man, that's serious. I don't know what else. The current favorite to mine though is Rapid Acid Dungeons of Graves by Necromancer Games or Frog God Games. They have Lost Tomb of Abyssor, which is good. And they also have Sword of Air, which is good. Going back to D&D, Ravenloft was okay. The Drow series and Spider Queen and the Demon Web Pits was not bad. Tip of Elemental Evil was good too. Man, and also really the I-4, 5, and 6 Desert Desolation series is what it was called. Just fond memories, really. Trying to think. The Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, I think was my first one I ran. It's like a UK pirate code haunted house mystery kind of thing. It was okay. Guess can't go any higher. I was kind of hoping I could kind of go somewhere else. It's quiet. I'm trying to think what else offhand, man. Tired is what I am. Yes, my group is me, Shadhart, Karlak, and Lazel. That I use in this game. Oh. Favorite authors attributing to D&D? Tolkien, of course. R.A. Salvatore, Robert Howard, to some degree. Margaret Weiss and Treese Hickman, Dragonlance series. Michael Moorcock, which was the Elric stuff. Elric of Melnibone. Terry Brooks, the Shannara things. Trying to think. Probably Grey Mouser. White Prince Sliber was kind of okay, but not really so much so. Oh man. That was just a lot of fond memories. Really. My feet hurt.
Oh, little one. But you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon.
I'm trying to think what else. I don't know how long the session will be, but it is what it is too, though. How do I feel a year later? It's time to close it off. I mean, I've had a year of recollection, grieving, and what else do I have to say? Oh, I don't know. Growth. Being that I'm the only one left in my family, I got a cousin I don't talk to or a half sister I don't talk to either, so I don't really count them. But anyway, it's just time to move on. I've got to let the past be what it is. You cherish the memories, if you will. Be thankful for what you had, and you honor the did. Yeah, at some point you've got to leave the past behind and go forward, and that's kind of what I've done at this point now, or I'm trying to. Not that I'm living in the past, but still, it's just for what life I have left, I have to move on and just go where it may, as you will, because
See the city.
It's
Up
just,
on the hill.
it is what it is.
See it.
There's not much more I can say about that.
We're down here.
Um, I guess I didn't want to be caught up in the past. Would be the proper word, really, wording. I'm gonna go to church tomorrow. I couldn't go during Easter or her birthday, Mother's Day. It's just I wasn't ready, and she would like it, being that I'm going tomorrow. It's due. It's kind of time to face. Oh, I don't know. Face. I can't think I can't think of my train of thought on that really. I've been kind of putting it off until I was ready, so I'm there. 'Cause that was something my mom would definitely cherish, if anything. Raised my mother and grandmother. Dad died 10 years ago, but still, was it a mama's boy? No. I just, she was the longest one around, so that's kind of why kind of been in this process with her more than anyone else. She had epilepsy, scoliosis, had a stroke, affected her right side. She was hunched over by the time she went. She was ready, tired of living like that, couldn't get around. Healthy as she was, man, I was really surprised she had a stroke, but I think they changed her, died in the nursing home. And my grandmother died in the nursing home too, so tells you what I'm kind of what I am trying to avoid, if you will. I mean, I got a couple of years to go to retire, but man, trying to think what I'm going to do with myself. I don't know. What it is, I guess. Speaking of, I'm gonna see how this game is. NVIDIA DLSS. I have finished this game. I'm just kind of strolling around for memory's sake on it. Just kind of going with the wind as it would be. Trying to think of what else to say. Oh man. If anything, my mom was so religious. She just didn't really care about material things, really. So she died poor. Kind of was poor. Couldn't work. Being mindful, like I said, she had epilepsy. Being mindful, she couldn't work or drive. She wound up $500,000 in debt because of medical stuff. I mean, heck, honestly. How can you do that to someone who's never worked in their life or couldn't? Really? I mean, to be charged with someone that much, it's kind of outlandishly, outlandishly in and of itself, if you will. I don't know what else to say on the matter. Really. Just it's a good thing the offspring. I'm the only child, so the offspring wouldn't really be able to pay it. But still, man, be doing it to somebody like that, who is definitely American-hearted, is kind of a crime in a way. they have to get paid for the work. Well, yeah, sure, but whatever. But still, that's for taxes. I wasn't stuck with the bill. I couldn't do it anyway. But still, it's kind of not the point. That's one thing that really sticks out from the whole craw, if you will. I did kind of shoot only 4 cremations, so I don't know what else to say on that matter. But she wanted certain parts put somewhere. I did that. Majority of her ashes I've kept. I am planning on going to Ocracoke Island, south of Hatteras in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, to put her to rest, along with my grandmother, who I buried by hand also. Because I'll be doing this by hand. And put her there. It's just where the family, my mother's side, just really has graveyard resting area, whatever you want to call it. But it just seems like an appropriate place to put her next to her mother. Because after all, her and her mother raised me. So I'm fine with it by far. It's just a matter of getting the money to get it out there and getting it done, if you will. Just kind of thinking where I want to go, if you will. Hard to say much more on that matter. So when I can get that done before I go, God, I hope that's so, man. I mean, it's a good thing she had some arrangements made, because I couldn't afford to have done anything for her. Or I'm sure the state might have done something stuck in the bill, but I wouldn't be able to pay it, man. Your lot in life sometimes just doesn't always pan out, if you will. Her name was Phyllis Lorraine Clark. She did like to be called Lorraine by far. She hated her first name, wanted to be called by her middle name. I like my first name, but I don't like my middle name being talked about. So it's kind of ironic, if you will, in a way. There is a way out of here. She married once. Was divorced by the state that she resided in. Would not. Well, we grew up in Daytona Beach, Florida, so there's that. But due to her the way she lived her life, she wasn't gonna divorce her own, but she stayed with his last name the whole of her life, really, which is kind of odd. And well, just how would you say it? She would divorce, she wouldn't remarry, so it was one time for her kind of thing. And she was just married to her religion, to be honest with you. So there's that. I think part of that epilepsy drove her very highly into her religious faith, to count on something that would give her a sense of comfort or something. I don't know what else to say on that. Oh, right in front of me. Don't really need it. Already finished the game. I'm just kind of messing around in the back save. Baldur's Gate City is a little bit too much for the setting that I'm trying to which stream right now.
Let's see what this does.
A little bit more quiet, if you will. At this point, I'm kind of just drifting a thought. Oh. What I get from D&D, just man, the sense of exploration, what you can encounter, what you can wield. What adventure you would go on. I think what really caught my attention before I got into D&D was the Hobbit, animated Hobbit from the 70s, man. I just caught my imagination fire and never looked back, man. Oh. So there is that part of it. I don't know what else to say on the matter. I had to work tonight, so I'm tired from that, but I didn't get a lot of sleep. I've been kind of thinking about this and her and whatnot, kind of just reflecting. She was stubborn, very independent because of her disease. Man, if anything, man, her penmanship was unbelievably good. She took a lot of pride in it. I, on the other hand, was different, but woman from the South, mannered by far. Didn't smoke, drink, cuss, ate healthy. She did do charitable work. That I recall when she was kind of more on her own. Salvation Army worked for around Christmas time. I remember that quite well. She did put me through Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, which was nice. She did go some of my wrestling matches I was good at. Only thing is, sometimes she would take off for days, and Gorilla would have to have her found. Sometimes she had abandonment issues, would just do stuff like that, and I just don't understand the mentality behind it, if you will. I didn't really feel like I had abandonment issues, but she would just do that. That epilepsy was really a burden on her. Every time I wish I hadn't been born, but I'm a carrier, maybe, I don't know, but she was just really burdened, strapped with it, especially in her older years. Mentally wise is what I'm talking about, referring to, because she talked to me quite often about it. She had grand mal, so it was kind of severe. I remember one morning, I was 8 years old. She had an attack at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was getting breakfast for school and all that. My grandmother had me put my finger down her throat to keep her from swallowing her tongue because she couldn't do it because she was strong enough. Well, she bit my finger. And at the time, I didn't expect that, but it was automatic reaction. But I eventually got it out of there. You kind of pull it out to the side if you can. But basically, I just remember her lying there, just kind of like sleeping, if you were. So that was really my early introduction of understanding it by far, because I had to interact with it. My grandmother just too old to really be kind of dealing with things physically, I guess, if you will. She did take medicine. She was kind of she was consistent with that to keep it under control. She's about my height. She lived to be 86, if anything. Born 39. And thin lady, hyperactive. I've got her genes from that. Brown hair or black. I don't know what you want to call it, really. She did finish high school at here's an interesting thing. She finished high school at Seabreeze in Daytona Beach, Florida in '59. I wound up wrestling at that school back in the mid-'80s in high school. I had to go there for a tournament. Had to go there for regionals before state. So that was kind of an interesting thing, I thought. Something she had graduated almost 25 years earlier from, and I'm sitting here wrestling at that very school. I thought that was kind of really wild. Seabreeze is up between Ormond and Daytona Beach, if you will. My mom eventually relocated to Iowa and stayed the rest of her life for about, really, 30 years, really. Anyway, I think that's going to be it because I've kind of run out of ideas and, well, I just want to get on here and kind of put that out there in conjunction with kind of like a throwback to being back in this game, if you will, Baldur's Gate 3. I will be doing a darker playthrough at some other later time point, but that's about the only thing I have left on this that I can think of, man. Anyway, if you have watched or was curious, that's what this was about. It is going to be added to my YouTube playlist of this game at the very end. And just kind of a tribute stream, if you will, to that person. Definitely I love my mom. I did. But it's time just to kind of let it go where it may be, which is in the past, and she's been gone. It's just kind of how it is. She was very much looking forward to seeing Jesus. Yes, she mentioned that. So she was ready to go by far. She went slowly on her own accord, if you will, in a peaceful way. Nothing bad. So there's that too. I can think of and whatnot. And little did I know when I went to go get her stuff how much she was into lighthouses. That really kind of blew my mind. Much more so than I had thought. Because I remember when I was younger, she took me up to Ponce Inlet in Daytona and went up to the lighthouse there. And I believe we went in a lighthouse at Ocracoke Island because we knew people there. I'm not sure about Cape Hatteras, though. I can't recall. So there's that. Anyway, this is for prosperity's sakes. Be remembered later on for me or whoever else. And Sage will say sayonara.